and Kenny Dillingham. The hard ball, play action, RPO, and you got to have inside leverage on that slant. And again, a perfectly thrown ball, great hands from Tyson.
Well, we move this kick forward because of the thunderstorms that are coming later tonight. Still very windy.
Yeah, and it's blowing into this kick from Arizona State. The adventurous Arizona State kick game.
Talking point all through the bye week. Since that Cincinnati game 2 weeks ago.
It's an impressive touchback right there.
Through the back, yep. Wind in the face. It'll bring Oklahoma State out for the first time. A season that's been like a trip to Six Flags Great America. He is riding the roller coaster. He's been benched a couple of times, brought back because of injury, and he was pretty good last week against Baylor, throwing for a season-high yardage.
It just has to be the total package, and you said it, got to get Ollie Gordon going. Got to deliver the ball outside to Presley. Presley can do everything, but they got to dictate it right here, first down.
And it's Bowman throwing to begin, and into the hands of one of their best players on offense, Brennan Presley, who's on History Watch today as a first down.
15 catches, that's correct, a week ago, and that's how a lot of them are. The bubble screen, that was just a little stick route, a little find some space. Bowman recognized it. That's what he does really well. Get it out, play second baseman and turn 2.
He goes under center after his first throw, and Ollie Gordon is snowed under. They desperately want him to get going like he did 2 games ago against BYU.
Shamari Simmons said, no, that's not starting. Isaiah Glass, the left tackle, be interesting all night. A former Sun Devil playing against his former teammates. And then the X factor that could be on the outside is Dejon Stribling. Everybody knows about Presley, about Gordon. Can he be the X factor?
And Bowman does throw to Stribling.
I told him it was nice.
If you were calling the plays, you would have said throw to the flat. Third down's coming up for Oklahoma State.
That is a time he could have held on to the ball. Rashad Owens was open downfield, but they'll take that all day long. If they live in this world of 3rd and 4, 3rd and shorter than that, the playbook is open for Casey Dunn, offensive coordinator and company. They can do this, hard count, simulate the snaps, see what is Arizona State showing. Arizona State's going to bluff out of this. Rush forward.
And Bowman feathers it to Gordon out in the flat, and he powers his way ahead right to the marker. He met Miles Rouser, and Gordon wins the first matchup of those two.
That's a great job by Alan Bowman. This is the veteran presence. Hey, they dropped out of it. They bluffed me. Let's get it to my guy in the flat. That right there, if he's tackled, they don't get the first down. Ollie Gordon helps his quarterback. 1st and 10.
And Mark, that is not the last collision we're going to see between Gordon and Rouser.
No.
It's mostly going to be with Rouser as the unblocked man in the run game, and Gordon is stuffed in the run game. Caleb McCullough came up and made the tackle.
Here's the Arizona State defensive side of things. Clayton Smith has been outstanding. They love his athleticism, activity again against his former team. Keyshawn Elliott, they said, just an unbelievable presence, leadership presence, and Abney. Keith Abney II, I think, is going to be the president of the United States, according to this Arizona State organization. A neat kid.
Smartest guy in the room, they say. And Gordon swallowed up one more time. So he moved the chains with a first down in the passing game, but the front for Arizona State brings up 3rd down and 10 against the Doak Walker winner last year.
Jacob Rechkangaika, he starts right here. Watch the activity inside. They move these guys around a lot right there. That's just a press and shed, throw off and find Ollie Gordon and get everybody to the tackle.
Arizona State dropping out of pressure, bringing 4, and the string gets tangled up. The back fell down. Vailahi was out there and would have had room to run.
Yes, he would have. He's still running. Right here, as they say, Sesi Vailahi just lost his footing. Back here, trying to show something. Just gets a little hand to Clayton Smith, and he's still running. Probably Keyshawn Elliott, 44 from Arizona State, was on the scene, but that would have been a one-on-one in space, and Mike Gundy would have liked that. Punt with the win now.
It's Stovall back deep to get it for Arizona State. And he calls for the fair catch. So Arizona State, fresh off of their bye week, looking to get to bowl eligibility today. They've got the quarterback back in action, coming back after this.
Why are you texting me?
Who even talks anymore?
Oh yeah? Who even parks anymore?
What?
Reverse! Reverse!
He does.
Come on! Boomer! Sooner! Please?
Should we help him?
Nah.
Just a little nibble? Come on.
Wow. Hey, Jay, this project might need a bit of shushing. Holla back, Warren.
Please let me know your thoughts. Best regards, Warren.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can guest how you guest. Enjoy free breakfast while you work or play. Take on Miami, Mexico City, Minneapolis, or any Holiday Inn Express destination you choose. Follow a great day with a better night's sleep, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. With Holiday Inn Express, part of IHG Hotels and Resorts, you can guest how you guest.
Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings, 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks for $19.99? Deal that good makes me glad I brought a date.
Wow, Beat-Up's Pick 6 for $19.99? You sure know your way to
Leeds, Iowa. My goodness! Against UCLA. Wow. Fox College Football Friday kicks off at 9 Eastern.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. 7-0 Arizona State after Sam Levitt hit Jordan Tyson for an opening drive score. It's time to stay in the game, sponsored by Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
And these are directly from the head coach. As Kenny Dillingham told us, hey man, we got to protect the rock. As you said, they're very confident in their offensive unit. We have to take care of it. And then OSU got to run and tackle on defense.
Now they're getting
so
tested
much.
again. Cam Scadaboo is almost impossible to bring down with one guy, and he trucks his way to a first down to give Arizona State some room to breathe.
Just literally runs through the normally sure arms of that would-be tackler. And that's just a bad position to be in. That time it was Cale Smith, the corner, trying to join the front.
The 2 10-plus yard runs for Scadaboo both come off of missed tackles, but that's more sure-handed work right there. They bottle him up for a couple. .32 of his 47 yards are after contact, and it's really a difficult marriage if you're Oklahoma State. Guy that breaks the most tackles in the conference per game against a defense that struggled to tackle last week.
It looked like the shoelace was the best thing that could happen to Oklahoma State right there. Rip his shoe off or untie his shoes and make him sub.
So Scadaboo out. Here's Mateer, the tight end. He breaks free and survives that hit for another first down.
Asked Kenny Dillingham last night. I said, man, Mateer, I really like this guy. He's like, we got some stuff for him tomorrow. Here it is. A little slow screen. You can run him to the tailback sometimes right here. Mateer does a nice job executing and getting back inside the posse of blockers. Jordan Tyson downfield as well. You see the kick out of big right guard Kyle Scott. Fautanu also leading the way.
Guaranteed touches. That's how Kenny Dillingham put it for Mateer. You always know that the ball's going to be in this guy's hands first and foremost, Scadaboo.
Yeah, he is their Ollie Gordon, right? To put it in Oklahoma State terms, he's going to get he's kind of slow getting up there too. A little Jim Brown action maybe. I'll tell you who that is later. I know you're too young to know who Jim Brown is. But the pound, the pound, the pound, but how do we incorporate these other guys, Mateer, Jordan Tyson, Xavier Guillory, all of putting it in number 4's belly, or abs.
Yes. Our friends from Syracuse would be offended with that.
Well, they should be.
They're coming. They're there. Kendall Daniels, he's a guy that needs to tackle better individually. That was a big star next to his name coming in. He brings up a third down.
Yep. Was a receiver originally, then started playing safety, then moved to linebacker. That's so hard. And now you have to get downhill. We just saw those big offensive linemen, the 320-pound Falton and 320-pound Kyle Scott. Now you got to fit on that, and oh, by the way, tackle a guy like Scadaboo. That's such a hard transition. His best days are ahead, for sure. Showing a zero pressure here.
On third down, it's Scadaboo. Got through the first hit, but they rally up to get him. So it's 4th down and a long 2 coming. And with a struggling kicking game for Arizona State, they're not budging. The offense is still out there.
No, 100% they'll go for this one here. Scadaboo, you just expect him to break out of that tackle. Good call that time by Oklahoma State. And company, defensive coordinator Brian Nardo, a 0 blitz.
Kenny Dillingham just made the timeout signal. You wonder if this would be a hard count. Nope, they're going to snap it. On a 4th and 3, Levitt.
Got space.
Running out of time, and he has the space to get the first down. That might have been a fake out from Kenny Dillingham. Showed the timeout signal, and they snap it anyway. First down.
Yeah, nice execution that time by Sam Levitt. That's where he's going to get his scramble yards today. Not predetermined runs, not a lot of quarterback power, none of that stuff. On a 4-man rush, and you see Oklahoma State, this is what happened to them against Baylor last week. They have a bunch of kind of bracket coverages, which really turns into kind of a version of 2-man. Levitt recognizes, hey, everybody has their back to me. I can replace that. Move the chains.
They want Levitt to do that judiciously today.
Yes,
Coming
slide,
back from the river.
get out of bounds, protect yourself.
On a first down, Levitt taking a shot, looking for the 2nd score of the day. Tyson knew that he had some space behind Cale Smith. A little bit off target, 2nd down.
And Hines Ward on the sideline, ASU receiver coach saying, hey, you can't hold him. I might get away with one here. Watch the jersey go right there. Just a little tug. Just a little find him if you're a Oklahoma State fan. Hines Ward, he's been held a time or two. Not held down a time or two, but held a time or two.
Great career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Won the Super Bowl, now here on staff at Arizona State. Hines Ward. A little fake to the edge, and Brooks powers his way ahead. The sure tackling shows up this time for Justin Wright. Makes the solo to bring up 3rd down.
Wright and Ezekbo really combo to get that done. Great job of fitting underneath the would-be block. And then the finish, which is so vital against all these backs. This feels like a free situation here for Arizona State. They can open up their ideas, get to their best stuff. Looks like they want to spread them out, maybe do a wheel route up top to Scadaboo.
Yeah, they do pass on 3rd down and 8, and Tyson dropped it. If he catches it, he's got the first down. Instead, it's 4th and 8.
Yep, they're going to have to test their kicker here early into the wind. Nice job in protection. Just doesn't get his eyes quite to the tuck. And just, on that touchdown, he got his hands out, strong hands. That one he lets get to his body. Ball attacks man, film at 11.
Parker Lewis is trying for his first field goal since he was at USC 3 years ago. Named the starter this week in a 3-man competition. And his first try has the leg, but it is no good. Kenny Dillingham opened it up to anybody in the Tempe area that wanted to.
Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your people. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Even better, get out there. That's it. Way out there. Choose your calling. Choose to really care. Choose to go for it. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply.
This is not just a game of trivia. This is the floor.
Wednesdays on Fox.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. So Watley was ejected from the game for spitting at an Oklahoma State player. He's adamant that he didn't. We don't have a good look at it.
Yeah, we couldn't find it. Multiple looks. It was kind of late when it was thrown. And Watley, passionate.
So that penalty was part of an interception for Javen Robinson, getting the ball back for Arizona State. And Levitt retreating and avoiding a hit. Again, that's going to be important today for Levitt, coming off a rib injury that knocked him out against Utah.
That was one of those, I'm a competitor. Okay, back off this. Let me throw it away. Throw it into row 7. Play the next play.
You could tell he wanted to go shoulder pads down and
easy. Tough dude, man. He will lay the early in the season, and it's just got a growing pain. Hasn't played a ton of football. You know, missed obviously the game last week against Cincinnati. Everything is a learning experience for a guy like this, and sometimes you got to learn to do that. Throw it into row 5. Play the next play.
Scatterboot swallowed. Justin Kirkland's surging from the interior of that defensive line to bring up 3rd down.
This is the ones where everybody's going to be all about Scatterboot. Watch the entire side collapse down. Normally that's a time where a zone read play where Levitt's going to pull it, but that's not in his repertoire today. So it's party at Scatterboot, get him to the ground.
The center of the Oklahoma State defense has shown some improvement, making one-on-one tackles in this game. And it's Kirkland that brings up a 3rd and 13. Levitt running away from pressure. Down he goes. The defensive line shows up for the Cowboys again with Jaleel Johnson.
A little stunt employed by Cincinnati, gets home again, and a huge loss to end the first quarter.
His first sack in a Big 12 game this year. Jaleel Johnson gets the ball back for the Cowboys at the start of the second quarter. When we come back to Stillwater.
Something amazing is happening here. More companies are turning to Mac. From finance to fulfillment, CDW supports Mac integration across your organization. With the power of Apple Silicon, best-in-class security, and compatibility across devices and applications, there's a Mac for every job. Make amazing happen.
USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parent, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. USAA. Are you eligible?
I'll show you the ropes, kid. Show you the ropes.
There it is.
I'll show you the ropes.
All the parts you need, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
What's the latest? Anything new?
Yeah, he's gonna take warm-ups. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Almost game time. You ready?
Dude, is he serious? Guess they still don't think you're ready for this job. Maybe they don't respect you without pads on. Or they see just another ex-jock looking to cash in. They don't care who you are or what you did. That's so disrespectful. That's right. And disrespect is a gift.
Hi, Tom.
Okay, Mr. Brady, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
to change your world.
That's going to be interesting.
Let's go. I love to root for great. Yeah. You want to root for the underdog? Good luck with that. I'm controversial when I don't even mean to be. It doesn't matter how many times I'm right. You'll still argue with me. This is The Herd.
Back in Stillwater, here's the great line stunt up front. Jaleel Johnson is right there, but watch the work that goes into it. A double ET. The end goes first. The tackles twist. ASU can't pass it off. Cincinnati and others have gotten home with this, and Levitt just takes the loss, has a chance to step up there and throw it away, but great work up front.
The ET, is that a
end
phone,
first?
Phone home?
Yes, phone home at
type sack.
Quarterback.
Arizona State has to punt after a 17-yard loss on that sack for Jaleel Johnson.
Yeah.
Spooked him a little bit.
ASU loves to try to grab the guy and throw him on the ball.
It's sponsored by Ram Trucks. Fox College Football, built to serve. That first quarter saw a 7-0 lead for Arizona State. First drive went down, scored with ease, and then Oklahoma State buttoned down a little bit.
Yep, that RPO game was huge. Then the drop back game is what got him in trouble. Had the big sack, but that, mind-blowing stat so far. You and I have one less rushing yard than Ollie Gordon. 4 carries, 1 yard.
And that just has to change if Oklahoma State's going to win this game.
Has to. Or it's going to be all this right here. RPO on Bowman. Break attack.
That works pretty well in the first play of this drive.
Cowboys.
On a first down, Bowman taking another outside shot, and it's reeled in. Back-to-back wins on the perimeter for the Cowboys. Stribling sets up first and goal.
Just a straight go route against their best guy, Javen Robinson. That's such a nice job by Stribling to hold. They call that the box, right? Hold the box. Let Allen Bowman throw him open.
And now they go between the tackles. Ollie Gordon has a touchdown.
Appeared the official signaled touchdown, then the ball came out, then the shenanigans, but here's Ollie Gordon, split zone. Josh Ford blocking back there. Certainly I can't see where the ball does come out. Getting into it with Mahalski, the center, 66, driving, doing a nice job getting his guy. And there's no doubt about that one. Full ball security by Ollie Gordon. No doubt about that, his knee was up. This will be confirmed, and a huge answer by Alan Bowman, by Mike Gundy, Casey Dunn, offensive coordinator, a big-time answer.
And you got a lot going on around that play. That's Prince Dorbud. We just got a shout out for Arizona State. He was injured on the previous play, never got fully off the field. Then Ollie Gordon comes up under the pile after his touchdown.
There's no play. We got an injured Arizona State player on the field.
And you saw it.
It's first and goal, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, so with Dorbud down, that play doesn't count. So wipe off the touchdown for Gordon.
And this is why for the Arizona State side of things, you see everybody do this across America. Tell your guy to take a knee, get on the ground. The crowd doesn't like it. Mike Gundy certainly doesn't like it to take that one off the board.
Well, why wasn't the play blown dead earlier?
Well, it should have been if they're going to call that. But here, let's take a look at this. And Mike Gundy is saying the same thing. Can't do this after the play. Dorbud was back behind that. We'll get another angle if we can. Well,
Mike Gundy has his headset off.
He's at the 14.
Yep.
That's a tough one. All the pressure, everything that's happened here, for them to answer like this.
And Bowman to the end zone, incomplete. Almost dropped it in there for Presley. And Oklahoma State feeling like they should have a touchdown. Play not blown dead that Gordon scored on with Dorba back behind the play.
And here it is. Dorba's right there. So that's Dorba and he does take a knee, and that's, again, correctly administered by the officials after the fact. Got to give him credit for that, but certainly understand Mike Gundy is up in arms and this entire stadium.
Three guys circling in the backfield with Bowman, who looks to pass again and has to bench it. So here comes third down. Mentally, Oklahoma State already thinks that they should be in the end zone.
Yeah, and right there, I think the crowd was saying, "Hey, Coach Gundy, let's give our guy the ball." He just ran it in the end zone. Had an RPO on that second one. The first one was a straight up drop back pass. Two more Ollie Gordon runs right here. Try to answer, third goal, fourth goal if it comes up.
With all that's gone wrong for Oklahoma State this year, with injuries, how the season has gone, Mike Gundy's got to be thinking, not this now. And they've got a third down and goal, throwing again, and they're short again. Javen Robinson makes the touchdown-saving tackle. And Oklahoma State's keeping their offense out there on 4th and goal.
Just a rub route. Watch the bunch set. Try to get the vertical push. They're blocking the wrong guy. They got to block Javen Robinson there, 12. You block the guy covering the guy running that little under route. And you can block, right? Because it's not downfield. It's behind the line of scrimmage.
So 4th down.
Kenny Dillingham's going to call timeout here.
We'll have to wait after the timeout.
But everybody in this stadium is going, hey, we still got number 0. We just ran for a touchdown. That's why these boos are happening. Certainly partially the officials.
Arizona State, their first of the half. Media timeout.
All right, we got a lot to talk about before this 4th down and goal. First, let's tell you about a huge NFL doubleheader coming tomorrow. The NFC North has been the best division in football in the NFL this year. Lions and Packers, the America's game of the week after Cowboys and Falcons. Right before that, their NFL on Fox doubleheader. So Mike Gundy is still hot. As an offensive player, I mean, you're checking out at least a little bit, right? Like the drive's over, we've already scored. Now you got to go back out 1st and goal again.
Stuff happens, right? Stuff happens. The even more frustrating ones are when, you're in that same exact position and you snap the ball, score, and they say, oh, previous play's under review. Right? That's kind of almost worse because you want the result, carry on, play it on. But that was a tough one. What I could lip read there for a second. He said he wasn't even in the game. He wasn't on the field. That's what he was arguing, that he wasn't on the field, and I think he was, and should have gone down earlier.
Dorbo was on the field, but he wasn't impacting play.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
Sure, that's what Mike Gundy is giving the linesman an earful about.
Yes. Linesman, referee, anyone who looks his way.
4th down and goal. Play fake. Bowman to the edge. Presley with the reach. He's there for the touchdown. That will certainly be looked at. But after all that, it looks like Oklahoma State is getting their touchdown.
This is the lone time you can reach the football. 4th down, 4th and goal, overtime, 4th down. Does not appear any body part is down before he extends the ball. Brennan Presley can do everything.
So all scoring plays looked at. Nothing stopped yet.
It's already been confirmed.
Yep. Been already confirmed, right. So Presley in for the touchdown after
a little bit of chaos.
Those mind games that Mike Gundy probably dealing with his offense. And it's the reliable Presley. When they need a play, Presley's usually the guy that Alan Bowman can rely on. Catch a breath. 7-7 after some drama on the goal line here in Stillwater.
When Hulu Plus Live TV calls upon famous athletes like DK Metcalf to act in their ads, they call upon me. Be your TV, streaming live sports.
Hulu Plus Live TV has over 95 channels.
Yes! Step into that surprise!
Live news, local channels. You got this.
Together, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, all in one plan. He's going to be a star.
Hulu Plus Live TV, live sports. meets entertainment.
Hulu Plus Live TV.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Feast your eyes on this.
Oh, that's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
Or they don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
We gave it more passenger space than the competition for ultimate comfort and the confidence of a nationwide dealer network. With the new Prologue, we've made it easy to go electric, just like you'd expect from a Honda. Test drive and get a great offer today at your local Honda dealer.
Power through the holidays with Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the #1 longest lasting.
Hey, welcome into Breakfast Ball. Give Americans what we want. More football. This guy is an absolute freaking unit. Everyone's like, oh, you got to play the game. No, you don't.
Breakfast Ball, weekdays on FS1.
So a lot to look back on that goal line situation. Oklahoma State ends up scoring, but let's bring in Mike Pereira. Mike, what did you see on the play that was not blown dead, but eventually took the touchdown off the board?
Yeah, it's very interesting because clearly you see the player go down. Now you've got all the officials down for the ball that's being snapped at the 4-yard line. I thought maybe the back judge ends up shutting it down, but you're going to get the play run before he really reacts. He reacts after the fact. So to me, with the play already run, they should have stayed with that play being live.
Mike, thank you. The other Mike down in the field, Mike Gundy, is probably saying and has repeated that over and over that that's exactly what should have happened. But after all that, Brendan Presley got him a touchdown on 4th down.
Yep. And Kenny Dillingham said, hey, my guys on the ground, on the field, they had 10 defenders lined up, one on the ground and in the middle of the field of play. And again, as you said, the mental toughness for everything that this Oklahoma State team's been through, to answer, to respond for Presley with the great 4th down reach. Great response.
But the fact it was all throwing, too.
Yeah.
4 straight throws got him down there. And Scadaboo, even when he's shut down, an impressive 2-yard run. You feel him coming.
This guy is built like a rugby ball. We look at him in the pregame warm-up. He's like an oval. A big, tough, short-armed oval. Just imagine tackling that and then spam right there coming at you. Well, Robertson, one of the best tacklers on this team, feeling it.
Flag out.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Kyle Scott, the right guard, flinched there. The entire defensive front there from Oklahoma State helping out the officials.
Sam Levitt on that last drive at quarterback for Arizona State had to run around in the backfield. Sack ended up putting Arizona State's offense off the field. Go to a quick set here, and Scadaboo forces the missed tackle and finishes forward like he always does. And sets up a 3rd down and much more manageable than most backs would have made it.
Yeah, right into the blitz. You see big in field pressure. And Cale Smith, number 10, great design in theory, but that's where the Arizona State X says, I'm going to make you miss, and then I'm going to truck you, Kobe Hilton, and get one more hit from Trey Rucker, your leading tackler.
3rd down and 3 in their own territory for Arizona State. Levitt empties it out. Quick pass, complete. 1st down. Drive continues with Jordan Tyson, his favorite target.
Nice little throw and catch option route into the boundary there. 2-man game. Tyson just turns it into a little out cut. good execution from ASU there, just throwing and catching into the zone coverage.
Tyson's got a big role in this offense. The better he does, the less pressure there is on Scadaboo.
Yeah, he gets just a great chemistry with Levitt. This is to Pelcal. Oh man, we talked about it coming to this. We would have looked forward to all these just collisions. Right there, this dude is squared up on Scadaboo. The first hit. Not made. Listen. Got to buckle up. And he just loves it. Just feeds off of all of it. Their sideline feeds off of it. The program feeds off of it.
Usually the defense doing the hitting, right? It's all Scadaboo.
Yes.
Doing the hitting.
That was a neutral. Got him.
Taking a shot and incomplete to Tyson. And there is no flag out.
And that looked more deliberate than the previous one going the other way. Take a look here. Cale Smith on Tyson. Yeah, usually when you see that grab and restrict, maybe that's a grab and restrict, or Tyson agrees.
Same exact matchup from before, too.
Yep, there's going to be a lot of that. Those boundary players from Oklahoma State, they can kind of get whoever you want one-on-one into the boundary, typically against almost every coverage.
3rd down and 8. Levitt protected, now running out of time. He is swung out of pressure, makes a move, stumbles his way ahead, and almost got there. Should have been a sack. Instead, it's 4th and 1 and an injured Cowboy down.
What a great battle that time from Sam Levitt. He had Tyson open, but the pressure got there. And then this is just an unbelievable effort from a guy who's beat up, got the double flak jacket on this week. Jaleel Johnson, who had the sack earlier, I think is the guy that is down.
He just got up and walked the Oklahoma State sideline. And this is an area of the field that is in the book of Kenny Dillingham, usually a go for it. It's 4th down and 1.
Yep, he told us last night, hey man, 4th and 1. Basically anywhere outside their own 30, he'd go for it and then play the game out from here with the field goal issues.
And he's staying true to his word, Kenny Dillingham.
The entire Oklahoma State defense looks like they're blocking a field goal there about 3 yards. 3 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Sun Devils have struggled on 4th down on the road. Passing out of 4th and 1. Scadaboo's wide open. They've got it and much, much more. Foot race. Scadaboo scores. Needed 1. Got them all. Cam Scadaboo.
Seated on the ground. You see it through the air. It's going to end up being Robertson, 22, is the guy who falls off. They're picking Justin Wright, 44. Just great design by Kenny Dillingham and company. Pick the guy covering Scadaboo. Robertson can't react in time to that. Touchdown Devils.
Kenny Dillingham was saying, maybe we'll pull back on 4th down on the road because we've gotten a little bit emotional. Nah, 4th and 1. Give it to your best guy, Cam Scadaboo. He can hit you. He can beat you in a foot race. All Big 12 season, Cam Scadaboo puts the Sun Devils ahead.
Do we really need another computer? Not everyone does. But if you're reinventing music, tracking migrations in remote places, or getting others to see your vision, then a Copilot Plus PC will make a real difference. A powerful AI computer is not for everyone. But if you're trying to change the world, even if just your own, we built one for you.
The $7 Lux Cravings box has the Gordita Supreme? What is this, the 90s? This flashback is off the hook. The 90s Gordita Supreme is back in the $7 Lux Cravings box. Relive the decades, only at Taco Bell. Booyah!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. So sweet. This is for you. I knew you would like that. That's your color.
With Walmart fashion for every style.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more. Our DirecTV Drive Summary, sponsored by the DirecTV Holiday Bowl. Tune in on December 27th at 8 Eastern on Fox. It was a 4th down and 1. They went for it at midfield, and Cam Scadaboo took care of the rest with the second 4th down conversion of the day for Arizona State. They had struggled on the road on 4th downs coming in. You want to see it again? Let's see it again.
Pretty sweet design here. Arizona State gets up, says, hey, we see it zero coverage, and we see 44 right here is in coverage on Scadaboo. That's a mismatch right there. And then watch what they come from the outside with DeCarlos Brooks, 25 at the line of scrimmage. It's thrown behind the line of scrimmage. That is legal contact. Just beautifully designed against that zero coverage. It's hard enough for Justin Wright to be inside out. Just one-on-one with Scadaboo, even better with his partner, his running back mate, DeCarlos Brooks, with a pick and roll.
College basketball Sunday, well played. So Alan Bowman back to work, hits dribbling. And through the air, a first down for Oklahoma State to get this drive started.
As we talked about earlier, you can see Brian Moore, defensive coordinator from Arizona State. The plan is make Alan Bowman beat us throwing, eliminate Ollie Gordon and any other run back there. They're loading up. They already, kind of load up the box. 7-man. You can see it right here. There's a 7-man box, bringing in the safety 4. Rouser down in the box.
Off play action. Bowman throwing to the edge again. Stribling makes the catch. And if he stayed on his feet, he would have had much more than that. The Cowboys will settle for another first down.
And Javen Robinson saying, man, if I could have stayed up, I would have picked this. The route top is just a little bit inside. The throw just misses a little bit inside, but Javen Robinson to the ground. The Cowboys win that one.
Cowboys happy to have Dejon Stribling full go this week.
Such a difference maker. Big dude.
So is this guy, Presley. Out to the edge, but he's dragged down by McCullough before he could get further downfield.
Crook, great job in pace. Sprinting back out, was initially blocked. Shed it, comes back off. What a great little wrinkle there on the little buck sweep there to get the ball to Brent Presley in a more creative way.
Trying to find any way. Casey Dunn, the offensive coordinator for Oklahoma State, get that running game going. Oh boy. And that's over the top and incomplete. Forward pass, incomplete. And Gordon has something to say. A little jawing going on with Shamari Simmons. For a third down and 5.
Simmons, 6 foot 195, and just gets hidden behind Josh Ford, who's blocking him. That's one of those ones for Alan Bowman. That's really hard to see. Sometimes that one looked like he could have identified it, tried to get, again, creative in how they can get the ball to Ollie Gordon. It's not just a, hand it off.
2 plays to get this here?
Yeah, probably. And they're having a tough time stopping Arizona State. Obviously, it'll depend on what happens here.
Throw to try to get it, and a leaping grab. Incomplete. Almost hauled in by Presley. Almost caught it. You would have believed it if he did catch it. It's incomplete.
Yeah, anything could have happened. Presley could have caught this. Again, Javen Robinson has his back turned, so concerned with Presley, has to survive that landing and doesn't hold on. They need to double move or something here on Javen Robinson to get him off them. The next third and medium would be a great time to do that, because he is all these guys in coverage and just doesn't realize he could turn and pick.
Off Offense stays out. They snap it on a 4th and 5. Bowman back to Presley, who paid a price with a flag coming out. Jordan Crook after the catch, and Presley back up on his feet after taking the hit with a first down.
Did we mention he's tough? 5'8", 175 in cut to the linebacker coming inside out. We'll take a look at the target. Either way, it's a first down, and wow. Is that impressive?
Redemption right away for Presley after the ball jarred free on the ground, and then taking this pop.
Still haven't made the announcement.
The ruling on the field is a first down. After the play, personal foul, targeting, defense. Number 8, that penalty is under further review.
I think he misspoke there. Not after the play.
During the play.
Yeah, during the play.
But now after the play, they'll review the target.
Yeah, now they'll review it. And
very close to crown of the helmet, right?
Yeah, it's in the defenseless category. This would be a great one for our buddy Mike Pereira to enlighten us, but the crown of the helmet to the I don't think that was crown of the helmet, but that's where it fits into. It's in the defenseless receiver category. That's the definition of defensive. And right there, it's going to be in that gray area of where he hits him below the shoulder, and that's bringing the great Mike Pereira.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting here because, yes, we have a defenseless player, but also you're dealing with the crown. So whether or not, if you're talking crown here, whether or not it is head or neck area, it really doesn't matter because he lowers his head. And even if the contact is to the shoulder, if it is that small radius.
No target on the play. 1st and 10, Oklahoma State.
And so they took it off. But to me, you know, again, he's lowering that head. Yes, it wasn't head or neck area, but I kind of think it was the crown.
That's not where they, tighten the definition, the very top of the helmet, and that's one of the gray areas. Crook, very happy.
Very happy. Yep. So thank goodness. Felt like I put a clean, legal hit on him. It's not often I pull Mike Pereira over to my side on one of those. He's 2 against 1 there.
The replay official was excellent there.
Mark Helper twins. Alan Bowman back to the air. Another one complete. His freshman tight end Ford brings him into Arizona State territory, deep down there in scoring range. 1st and goal.
Ford coming inside out, working, selling a little cross-field route, runs what turns into a corner route towards that right pylon. And again, the key there, Dejon Stribling, sprinting, clearing that out the front side. Great job being unselfish.
Stribling started this drive with back-to-back first downs. He sets up 26-yard hit for Ford for the first down and goal. Out of the belly of Gordon, it's Presley. And he's knocked down around the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up.
That'll be a statistician's nightmare right there. I think that was a rush. On record-setting Saturday for Brennan Presley. That's a backward pass, turns into a 3-yard run.
So he's stuck on 4 catches. He's 8 catches away from the record, the all-time catches record at Oklahoma State. When they were goal to go last time, it was all passes for Oklahoma State. Ended with Presley in the end zone. It's a run for Gordon. And the 3rd and goal is ahead for the Cowboys.
You can see Ollie Gordon, he's running with purpose. He gets any space. Had some great finishes against BYU. Did very hit and miss all year long. And this guy gets just a little gap, a little opening, and certainly playing against a guy like Scatterby goes, hey, don't forget about me. I'm pretty good.
They run it with him again. He stumbles toward the goal line. He's in this time. Touchdown, Ollie Gordon.
Ruling on the field is a touchdown.
Strike up the band. Right. Ollie Gordon, great answer. Feed him, feed him, feed him, feed him. Squaring up, staying powerful. The right knee was the first thing to hit. The ball had already crossed the plane. Nice answer by that Oklahoma State offense.
The previous play of a touchdown is under review.
Ollie Gordon saying again, you're going to look at another one.
At least it's not blown dead. They're at least going to play this one out.
There's still a chance that this one stands, unlike the last one.
Looked to me like the knee, you can see right there, the right knee, his right knee is the first body part that put him down, but that is after just that front tip of the ball has to cross. There, right knee, that's touchdown.
Touchdown.
Yep. Play on.
Been a struggle of a first half for Oklahoma State to get the run game going. Mike Gundy and offensive.
After review, the ruling of the touchdown stands as called.
Run game struggling all day. Casey Dunn, Mike Gundy go back-to-back runs to punch it in on goal to go.
Yeah, got wadded up on their first, 5 runs of the day, really. And then when he was able to punch one in, got called back against the 10-man ASU defense. You know, Ollie Gordon was in Coach Gundy's ear that time. Hey, give me the ball. The answer. This homecoming crowd, they're trying to stay in this.
Oklahoma State was right there the last couple of weeks. Against BYU, they were less than a minute away from winning it. Against Baylor, they had their chances. They're tied today with Arizona State off their bye in their homecoming. And Gordon finally puts one in after review. Tied at 14.
Details make the holidays. Eligible owners can receive up to $2,000 on a new GV70 or GV80 exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
I don't have time for this. Come on.
Oh, what?
Free your team with Verizon Business Complete. Shipping, setup, replacement, recycling. We do it all so you don't have to.
Let's go, we're in the building, baby. Ooh, that was crazy. Travel, man. Let's go. You was in the air for like 20 minutes. You saw that vertical? You saw that dude's vertical? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Buckets, baby. Buckets.
Might have noticed the throwback uniforms today for Oklahoma State on a homecoming. That helmet that they're wearing, that is not the Avengers logo. That is a throwback to when they were known as Oklahoma A&M College.
Sick.
It's believed that this is the first time that they're wearing that logo since 1913.
I was not here for that one.
You sure?
I was in high school. Yes, sure. That is a sweet look right there, man.
By the way, the
Tigers,
shirts, yeah, the stripes. They used to be the Tigers. Then they were the Aggies. Now the Cowboys. But throw back to their days as the Tigers.
The Princeton of Stillwater.
That's right. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. 14 all. Sam Levitt back in there, slinging it around. Couple of touchdown passes today. Alan Bowman led Oklahoma State down before Gordon punched in the game-tying score.
Yeah, Alan Bowman has had those moments where you're going, you know, the ball's in the air. It might be a pick six or it might be a touchdown.
One more time.
Yeah, I can't do that again. I'll go down. But Ollie Gordon, limited, but a touchdown, and just, you know, still the vital play-action threat.
Glad you're still on your feet, Mark. This drive starts for Arizona State. And that was almost picked. Oh, Cam Smith had it right in his hands.
Wow, Cam Smith. This is why they play defense a moment. This is the corner. Great design, a little edge pressure, and get both hands up and pick it. If you're an Oklahoma State fan, if you're an Arizona State fan, you're going, wow, we just got lucky. We had a couple more options that we could have had. Play on. Wow.
So Levitt will try to flush that quickly on a 2nd down and 10. Trying to go ahead before halftime. A little messed up on the mesh, and Levitt, who they don't want to use much in the run game, had to there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, I think you saw Scatterboom was getting blown up, and you can see Levitt coming back inside. Doesn't feel Cam Smith appear in the throwing lane of Mateer, and that guy, it was that close. It's a Dustin Diamond lookalike right there. It was.
Arizona State 3 of 7 on 3rd down. Oklahoma State brought some pressure, and they have it complete. Jake Smith with a big hitter to extend the drive.
0 pressure on the 4th and 1. Cam Scatterboom, home run. 0 pressure right here. One-on-one route. Jake Smith, no longer Texas, no longer USC, but a huge play for the Sun Devils.
30-yard pop for Smith, and now he's the injured Sun Devil. He did get up, and then Smith went back down.
Did a nice job adjusting to basically the underthrown ball, the adjustment. And unlike Prince Dorma on defense, he felt it and said, the universal helmet tap, pull me out. You can see the vet right there, Jordan Tyson, said, hey, get out, get out.
Well, Smith had been pretty quiet since a loud start to the year. Opening game, 3 catches, 47 yards, only 1 catch since then.
Yeah, and you brought him up last night to the coaches, and they were like, I don't think you'll have a lot of opportunities, but right there, there's 0 coverage. They found that matchup that Jake Smith won. Really good job by Sam Levitt getting it out under pressure.
Well, these 3rd and 4th downs have been good to Arizona State against Mike Gundy's defense. Touchdown last drive. Now in plus territory after they were backed up 3rd and 8. And it's Scatterboom. And the rally comes. They knock him down after 4 yards.
Nice job, all hands on deck right there by the interior. Both linebackers, both safeties, wrapping up Scatterboom.
That was an important conversion because, remember, Oklahoma State's getting the ball at halftime. They could have gotten the ball, marched down, scored, then gotten the ball. Now Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State thinking about a lead. Inside 4 minutes to go until the break. Arizona State still alive in the Big 12 standings to get to Arlington with 2 wins, 2 losses. Mateer out to the edge. And he's got a 1st down. It's crazy this year in the Big 12, right? We knew that coming in. Arizona State, is it likely where they are in the standings? Not necessarily.
No. And think about how much money you would have made off me, all of it. If you would have told me at this point that Oklahoma State is winless in the conference, you would have won my house. And then flipping it to the other side, Arizona State, if they kind of achieve bowl eligibility, that is such a great job by Kenny Dillingham and company in year 2. And yeah, we'll talk about this later, but the conference is on its head.
They could get there today. Back-to-back catches, Mateer. He gets 8 yards this time. With Arizona State on the march, looking for the go-ahead score. It's really inverse of what we thought coming into the year. Utah, Kansas State is the exception in that left-hand column with just 1 loss in the league. But look at some of those teams that were in the bottom 5.
Bottom five
turned it around.
Unbelievable. Yep, Arizona last year, Utah, Kansas, Oklahoma State, all preseason favorites. Not so much. So we got to play on Saturdays or Fridays or Thursdays or whenever we get to play this great game.
College football is for everybody.
Yes.
Second down, it's Scadaboo whirling his way ahead, and it's a first down at Arizona State. That'll take us to the 2-minute time. Is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Might have heard of that guy, Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
Hopefully speedy recovery for him with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, that guy. Weapon.
Has a knee injury.
Kill Harry. Weapon.
One of the best. Arizona State. Sun Devils on the march. Key 3rd down and 8 that they converted on to get into plus territory, and after Scadaboo's run at the 2-minute timeout, 1st and goal right on the edge of the red zone. Smith back out there after he left the field with injury, and they flare it out to the perimeter, and flag comes flying out. Gordon Tyson was lined up in the backfield. The flag is right about where that run broke on the edge.
Dobbed in there, and you can hear the entire Oklahoma State sideline. Oh. And it did look like there was a loose hand or 2.
Holding. Offense. Number 9. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Mireille on the perimeter trying to block what turns into a triple option. Here it is right there, the hand outside. That's what they saw from the sideline, and definitely the correct call. Even exaggerated with the yellow glove on black jersey. He's got a strike inside. He's going, man, that was an unforced error. You know, that wasn't like a great play by the defender. That was just a technique issue that time from O'Meara.
Important because nothing is automatic in the kicking game. So most times you think they're still in field goal range, but not necessarily with Arizona State right now. Scadaboo chewing up some of those yards back after the penalty, and he finishes ahead back inside the 25. Oklahoma State burns their first timeout. Oklahoma State thinking about getting the ball back. You said the college football is for every day of the week, right? How about on a Friday night from the Rose Bowl, Iowa at UCLA for the first time as Big Ten members. That's 9 Eastern time next Friday night on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Connor Onion, Mark Helfrich, our entire crew in Stillwater. Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State
playing chess right now, right?
Playing chess with Mike Gundy.
Mike Gundy's going, all right, 2nd and long. I know your kicker situation. I know our crowd. We've got to get a little back-to-back here. Going in at halftime, coming out from halftime possession-wise. If they get a 3rd and long, set them up in that situation, and then 4th and long, they're going to have to attempt the field goal, try to get a quick turnaround score, double up.
I'll say, if you were to drop us in Stillwater right now, not tell us the records of these teams, With this environment, you wouldn't think that Oklahoma State lost 5 in a row.
This crowd is awesome. So that program, the homecoming, everything about this weekend has been awesome. You're not sure if are those Halloween costumes, or is that just a normal Saturday? I'm not sure.
Fits their team
somewhere
colors.
between, no doubt.
It's convenient. Cowboys just took their first time out. Back-to-back runs for Scadaboo, and mouthpieces are going flying. Scadaboo with another physical run, and another timeout's coming before a third down.
You said it earlier, he delivers the blow going forward. That's not blocked for 4, and he gets it.
Oklahoma State, their second of the half. Please set the game clock to 1:42.
Another interesting area of the field. 3rd down and 9. It's not an automatic kick from here for Kenny Dillingham. How's that?
Thank you.
How's that creep into your mind as a play caller now if you're Arizona State?
Again, given the kicking issues, given I've got Scadaboo, spread them out. Spread them out. Let Scadaboo do his thing. They've hit that counter is one arm tackle away from going a couple times. You've got that option, or whatever you set up at this point in the game. And then I think this is where Mateer again, 7, the tight end, can be an X factor. And oh, by the way, on the outside, whenever you want a one-on-one matchup, you can create that by formation against this Oklahoma State defense.
But your gut tells you Scadaboo?
I would probe Scadaboo here, my best run, and try to make it 4th and less.
There is some lightning in the area right now, by the way.
Don't say that.
No, there is.
They don't. Not in the state of Oklahoma.
Our camera coverage is a little bit different right now out of protection of our crew.
That's valuable.
Put that out there. 3rd down and 9 for Levitt. And out to the edge. Right at the sticks. That's a 1st down.
Or throw the laser out route and convert. That's your other option. But great execution. Vertical push on the outside. Scadaboo protection that time. Stay nice throw and catch. Good job ensuring it from Tyson.
He has been security for Sam Levitt today. Got 11 yards. Bring up 1st and goal.
Now, if you're Arizona State, you're working the clock here as much as possible. Love to get this with as little time remaining and a touchdown if you're a Pitchfork fan.
And they run a sweep with Smith, and that is wrapped up. Daniels hits him out of the edge.
Great recognition that time by Kendall Daniels, sprinting inside out. We talked about him, started as a receiver, then a safety, then a linebacker. You see that speed and athleticism inside out right there.
Priority for Daniels today to tackle better one-on-one. He said, I can't lead this team if I'm putting what I put on tape last week. The missed tackles that he had. Daniels brings up 2nd down and goal. Arizona State has led twice in this game, looking for a 3rd lead before halftime. First window is closed. Scadaboo explores the 2nd one, and he's down at the 1.
Coach Dillingham's going to sprint down, use a timeout. This is just Scadaboo staying strong. Great ball security. Had the fumble last week, high and tight, delivering the blow.
30-second timeout.
You see the Cowboys rally to him.
21 seconds, 3rd down and goal, tie game. I want to remind you back home why it looks a little bit different on your screen. Our coverage right now, we're looking out for our great crew of camera operators.
Yes.
Don't want to put them in harm's way with some lightning in the area right now in Stillwater.
Yeah, and it is much more ominous than that bright picture looks like on TV. It is coming in later today. Very wisely move this game up, and right here Kenny Dillingham company can do anything they want. They've got that one timeout. Is it the Scadaboo package? They like to put the big guy in the backfield, which they will do right here. Offensive lineman at fullback.
3rd down and goal. Scadaboo over the top. Touchdown for the Sun Devils.
Number 4, Scadaboo, touchdown, Arizona State.
Poulet leading the charge as the fullback, getting Arizona State back in front.
Makua Poulet channeling his inner Mike Carney opening up just enough space for Scadaboo, man. Every inch is a battle for him. A well-earned first half touchdown.
It looked like Oklahoma State had Arizona State stopped. 3rd down and 8, way back there. Jake Smith with the key catch on 3rd down. Turns it into a 13-play scoring drive. Only leaving 16 seconds left in the tank for the Cowboys. And the Sun Devils have a 7-point lead, where the Cowboys get the ball out of halftime.
About as ideal as possible for Kenny Dillingham Company. As you said, with that little amount of time left, 16 seconds to work, not really going to have time. They'll be able to kick this as deep as they want to with the wind.
Get you back to LA next for our State Farm halftime show.
Clock to 20 seconds. Score happened in 20 seconds.
We had our eye on Penn State and Ohio State right before us. Cam Scadaboo had the 4th and 1 touchdown, and he's done a bunch after contact once again for the Sun Devils.
I don't know if those are missed tackles against this guy. He just delivers the blow. He does have enough shake and bake because you're so wound up to be physical with him up top. And then, oh, by the way, has the 150-yard touchdown reception.
Does he finish backwards at all? I don't remember a single play.
Almost never. I mean, it's almost never on film. When he gets, occasionally the off-balance jump cut and get 2 guys hitting him at once, but it's rare. It is rare.
Scadaboo gave him a chance down near the red area. It was 1st and 20 after a penalty. A couple runs got him in striking distance to convert on a 3rd down. Oklahoma State's got to work quick before halftime, chasing 7. And 80 yards to go to the end zone with 15 ticks left. Ohio State, Penn State, they played on Big Noon kickoff. Ohio State came up with a goal line stop late in the game and then ran out the clock. Miami had Duke hanging around in a big ACC game. Miami stays unbeaten, and Minnesota has won 4 games in a row. They're to bowl eligibility after they beat the number 24 Illini today in Champaign.
Row the boat.
Well, Minnesota almost put up a 50-piece last week.
Man, that was impressive and shocking and kind of everything, right? The game against Maryland.
25-17 more to expectation today. Will bring us to halftime in Stillwater. About 2 hours since hitting the locker room, we are ready to go in Stillwater. Half number 2 off and rolling with Oklahoma State getting the ball first out of halftime. Chasing 7 points. The opening kick of the second half hits the sideline. Flag is out. Several flags are out as this is escorted down the sideline with Pearson. And a loud start to this resumption in Stillwater, but we have to check in the flags back to the 30 and 40. Worth the wait for those fans if it stands, but we'll check on 2 flags.
The stripes appear to be all on the same page on where this occurred. Multiple flags, 3 flags now, all at the 26-yard line, and there's going to be some unhappy Mike Gundy.
For now, it's a 98-yard touchdown return for Pearson.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 27, 10-yard penalty, first down mistake.
And these are the plays, man, that it just obviously could have been a home run to start things off. Field goal block coming out. There's the 26. Yeah, right there.
Raymond Gay.
Yep, no doubt about that one. Yep. Top of your screen again, gets those hands outside, and there's the for everyone to see a clear foul, a clear drastic change of momentum. First and 10.
The opening play after the kick return gets called back goes to Bailahi for an 8-yard pickup. And that's how the second half begins for Oklahoma State. So we went into the locker room and you had a couple of Big 12 games in the same window we were in at that point. Iowa State took their first loss of the season period. So that means Arizona State is just a game back in the loss column of a potential trip to Arlington at the end of the year. And Ollie Gordon ahead for a first down.
And they're going to find out there again. Rouser on Ollie Gordon. Big collision right there. You got to tee it up and bring it to get these guys on immediate charge out of halftime.
The other upset was Houston. Wow. It is now 3-3. They beat Kansas State, handing them their second loss in the Big 12. So those were two results that help Arizona State's cause. You have two players down, one on each side. Isaiah Glass, the tackle for Oklahoma State.
That's Elliott, 44. Isaiah Glass, the former Sun Devil, just cutting his guy off. Let's see what happens late there. And
it was Keyshawn Elliott.
And Elliott trying to take on the powerful Ollie Gordon.
We'll step aside. We'll be back to Stillwater after this.
Come on, let's go. Get off here. Touchdown!
Woo! Mountain Dew!
Amazon early holiday deals are here. Woo! Woo! With everything you need to kick off the season. Woo! Shop Amazon early holiday deals now.
Woo! Welcome to the real Full Monty!
For one night only, 6 celebrities will bear it all for a great cause. The special event you just can't miss. The Real Full Monty, December 9th only on Fox.
Well, Mike Gundy's Cowboys career, it's been one of the best stretches that they've had in school history here. It is the best stretch that they've had in school history here. 18 straight bowl game appearances. They're running out of time to try to avoid that. Their last losing season in 2005, his first year as the head coach, also trying to stop a 5-game losing streak today. Got to win 3 of the next 4, with this one included tonight, to keep that streak of bowl games going. Trying to do it in their home stadium, getting the ball back down a touchdown, and Bowman across the middle. Flag comes out.
Yeah, this would be linemen downfield. They had pullers downfield right in front of the RPO. And that's a courageous throw. And another word from Alan Bowman right there.
An eligible player, downfield offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Mahalski, the center.
Yeah, you see he's 5 yards downfield. And then just dangerous as heck. And this is the thing I was talking about in our pregame, which seemed like, what, 72 hours ago, is this where you just got to predetermine some more stuff.
Second down.
That the penalty was declined, so it's 2nd and 10, but some predetermined, hey, you're going to get Ollie Gordon one-on-one with the safety. You got to live with it. He's really good. Make a miss, because those plays can be dangerous sometimes.
Norba put pressure on Bowman, and Bowman misses Gordon to bring up 3rd down.
We talked to Alan Bowman in pregame. This is exactly what he was talking about. I got to step up and make plays. Right here is a perfect example. He's got the edge pressure. That's their best pass rusher on a tight end. Not a great matchup for them. He just has to step up there, make the play, get it to Gordon, let him do something.
And that pressure is a big deal for the front for Arizona State, maybe more than most games. Bowman is a 45% passer when he's under pressure. On a 3rd down. He has it incomplete. It's clubbed away. LT Welch with his 2nd pass breakup in a couple of plays, knocking it away from Stribling, 4th down.
And just behind him, protection was good enough right here. Just doesn't finish that throw. Doesn't get his right hip through. It's behind Stribling. And just a good enough play from Welch that time to get back in on the action.
Wes Paul out for the 2nd time in this 2nd half. Out of the delay, it's gone punt, and punt again. Stovall lets it bounce, takes a Sun Devil hop out to the 40-yard line. NFL knowledge from those who have been there. The facility breaks down the NFL from the player's perspective. Sean McCoy, James Jones, Chase Daniel, and Emmanuel Acho every weekday 10 a.m. Eastern on FS1. I'm sure they'll be breaking down a big doubleheader on Fox tomorrow. This week, that includes America's Game of the Week, Lions-Packers. Sam Levitt out for the second time in the second half, starting at his own 39. Trying to pad this Arizona State lead. Up play action to Scadaboo. It's off target, off the hands of Jordan Tyson, who would have had the first down.
He had him. He had everybody there. Stovall was clean inside. I think that's what Sam Levitt's kind of chuckling to himself. He lost him. I think he couldn't see Stovall initially or Tyson initially, and reacted late throw. High throw.
The future and present of the position at Arizona State all in one. That's Sam Levitt for this Arizona State offense, starting as a redshirt freshman. Scadaboo's got a big hole up the middle, and that's plenty of space to plow ahead to the 45 for a first down. Got 16 yards.
He's the present, right? Great job here. Design, getting the tackle, pull. Ihanachor leading the way, getting Scadaboo started right there on the kick. And Sam Levitt doing just enough to influence that backside.
Scadaboo, after that 16-yard pickup, is over 100 yards on the game. And that's usually an indicator that Arizona is climbing the charts as far as their probability to win the game.
104 on the ground. Add the 61 through the air, plus the 50-yard touchdown on a fourth down play in the second quarter. Again, he's as good as it gets in this conference.
And he is dragged down from behind. He had eyes downfield for another big run before Deshaun Brown got him from behind.
Yeah, Deshaun Brown chases it down. He has to run that down from the backside and make Sam Levitt a runner. He has to just 100% commit to that.
Correlation isn't always causation, but this has been causation this year for Arizona State. In Big 12 games, 170 yards a game for Scadaboo when they win, 67 yards a game when they lose. He's headed toward that higher mark today with 111 yards. He's out of the game on this third down, but they convert anyway with Kyson Brown. Coming at you with multiple backs, Arizona State on the march.
It's the same play, basically 3 plays in a row, getting Ihanachor as the puller. You see big 58, maybe a tug on Robertson. Daniels cleans it up, but not before the first down is gained. Big 58 is earning it right now.
One of the highest graded run blocker on this offensive line for Arizona State. Levitt pumps, getting around Brown, and he throws it away. And a flag comes out opposite of where that scramble took place, right at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be, again, an illegal lineman downfield. There's a couple of them that you could choose from. Probably Fautanu, I think, is the furthest down, 79, but we'll see. And it was legally grounded, I believe, so that'll probably just be what they decide.
There's no foul for a legal player downfield. The ball was legally ground out of bounds.
So that's what I was trying to get out. If they legally ground the ball, which they ruled that he did, Fautanu was about 4 or 5 yards downfield, but it's like it didn't happen. Center starts right here. Watch the action, very similar to what happened on the drive from Oklahoma State. He's way more than 3 yards downfield by the time the forward pass is thrown. But because it was legally grounded, it didn't happen.
Still play on, same down and distance. Levitt gets away from pressure again. Sets his feet. He has Scadaboo sliding inside the 10. Second time tonight, Levitt has survived a hit and a sack. And it's led to a big play. Got 24 yards.
Dude is strong. Scadaboo's on a free release right here. Ends up getting doubled by Robertson and Daniels. Levitt keeps it alive. Scadaboo says, I gotta stay. I'll stay with you, QB. Great job getting out in front, just enough to be seen. Big eyes. Nice job by Sam Levitt, staying alive, protected himself. First and goal.
Second explosive pass play that's gone to Scadaboo. This is Brown shaking and plowing in for a touchdown. A two-headed attack on the ground for Arizona State to lead by 2 scores. Kyson Brown.
Great job here, Kyson Brown, just being patient, just garden variety inside zone. And big Justin Kirkland, they just lose to him at center. The nose tackle was in the backfield and had a chance. Kyson Brown just as surprised as him probably.
You can't relax even when Scadaboo was not the lead back. Scadaboo created out in some open space. It was his catch that set up the touchdown for Kyson Brown. Levitt extended the play, getting out of the sack. Scadaboo playing center field with the slide, and then Brown puts the Sun Devils up 14.
At Total Wireless, we got your back every day. Others, not so much. Just look at the facts. We run on the network with America's fastest 5G speeds. They don't. Back them. We give you 50% off the Total 5G unlimited plan. That's only $25 a month for one line. Not them. Back them. We locked your price for 5 years. They don't. So fact those guys, right? We've got you covered. Get the facts. Then switch to Total Wireless.
Honey, I don't think the spray's working.
It's okay, you got it. Just stick with it.
They just keep coming.
Oof. Okay, let's try something else. Yeah? McCoy, you're in.
I got you.
If only there were backups in real life.
There you go, Colt.
But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
I'm just off today.
It's only one nest. There'll be other wasps.
Details make the holidays. Eligible owners can receive up to $2,000 on a new GV70 or GV80 exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
The chicken tender battles have just begun!
11 herbs and spices.
How many?
11.
That's right.
Introducing KFC's original recipe tenders made with 11 herbs and spices. Get 3 tenders, fries, and comeback sauce for just $5.
Anything new? We'll see what happens. Well, almost game time. You ready?
Dude, is he serious? Guess they still don't think you're ready for this job. Maybe they don't respect you without pads on. That's right. And disrespect is a gift.
Hi, Tom.
Okay, Mr. Brady, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's official. First Things First is a hit. Nick, Brew, and Wiles are the MVPs of sports shows. First Things First, weekdays at 3 Eastern on FS1.
High speed goes Cam Scadaboo is the man for this Arizona State team. His catch set up the latest touchdown for Arizona State. So we welcome you back to Stillwater. Fox College Football is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Connor Onion, Mark Helfrich, our entire Fox crew with you. And Oklahoma State bringing Alan Bowman back out at quarterback. He goes all the way back to Brock Purdy's time in college. That's how long Alan Bowman has been a college quarterback. This is when he was at Texas. Tech is the starter. Brock Purdy's freshman year.
No leather helmets, at least, but it is amazing, his progression. And to his credit, the mental toughness of this guy and this list is unbelievable.
He was right in the cutoff of you almost recruiting. Those are some of the guys. Those are NFL guys that were in high school when Alan Bowman was a freshman. So Ollie Gordon, powerful.
So close.
Gains 9 yards.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels, he's front runner for Rookie of the Year. Bo Nix.
Former Sun Devil.
Yep. Spencer Rattler, Bryce Young, and Caleb Williams, the #1 overall pick out of USC. First down for Oklahoma State. Important drive for the Cowboys, chasing 2 scores, punting twice already.
Vital. They gotta stay within touching distance here to be able to do this, to pound Ollie Gordon, to use the RPO game. They don't want to get in a drop back contest.
Well, they do drop back, and Bowman feathers a good ball out there. First down to Owens. Fans thought he took a late hit. Miles Rouser nudged him out of bounds after 14 yards.
Just a great throw. Bring up Alan Bowman's age. He says, I still got the arm. Play action pass. Great job just widening from Rashad Owens. Nothing vicious there to me.
Remember, Owens was hurt in the first half.
Yeah, great to see him back out there.
And Bowman pumps, reloads it, and overshoots it. Looking for Shetton.
And it is really impressive, and I know frustrating at times for Cowboy fans for just the mental toughness of a dude that's been beat out at he's been beat out at 3 different programs, and then here, you know, I don't want to say kicked aside, but beat out multiple times, and just the ability for him to come back, and that is the toughest position in sports to play, and so much of it is within that helmet, and the mental toughness of this kid is amazing. This gentleman.
And the third down's coming up for him. Well, just this season, he didn't have to play. Yeah, Alan Bowman has been pulled from a couple of games, benched for the BYU game. Injury happens to Rangel, and then he's the starter again. Mike Gundy feels like that's actually freed Alan Bowman's mind of, you know, I'm the backup.
It's free play. Yep, it's free play, and some guys have to have that mental switch. Some guys love to be the man. Some guys love to be the backup. And he's been somewhere in between, and that's a hard place to play from.
On a third down, trying to set up a screen, and Vailahi, who never got turned around. And just past midfield, Oklahoma State is in a spot where they have to punt for a 3rd straight drive.
And they're testing his athleticism here, the little kind of a double move. They run like a fake screen to the field. Watch this, fake screen to the field, fake screen to the boundary. And then they're trying to get Vailahi on the little slider there. Great recognition on the perimeter, and just getting in his face by Clayton Smith.
T. Welch out there in coverage. If that did get complete, probably wasn't going very far. So the Arizona State defense, out of a 2.5-hour delay, they've forced 3 straight punts, leading by 2 scores. Tonight's Power Player, sponsored by Ram Trucks. Built to serve, it's Cam Scadaboo, because, of course it is. It always seems to be Cam Scadaboo.
He is Ram tough. He's finesse. He'll go get it. Just a tough, confident dude. I love to when you ask Kenny Dillingham, hey, you know, on a level of 1 to 10, how confident is this guy? And he goes 10. What's higher than 10? 10.
Well, 11.
Yeah. And he said that, you know, Scadaboo, when he came in, was kind of unsure, coming from Sac State. Charlie Regal was the guy key in identifying and recruiting him.
Levitt does pull it and run. And he is confident coming off that injury that he can still put his shoulder pads down.
That's one of those ones where Kenny Dillingham's going, gosh, dang it. Great play. Get out. So they're reading that backside this time. That's a byproduct. They had those multiple plays in a row with Ihanachor as the puller, and the ends are just collapsing. They have to stop Scadaboo, get all hands on deck, and make Sam Levitt beat you.
True give this time. Scadaboo gets out of it. He was in a phone booth, and he worked his way to the 30-yard line with a first down. Not a lot of guys do that. 12 yards out of nothing.
Nope, had a ton of success with this play again. It's Ihanachor. Man, that is so close. Justin Wright almost beats him across his face, and then Scadaboo does his thing. Watch, Robertson has a chance. Wright had a chance, and Scadaboo says, no chance.
Play action. Levitt lets it fly. Back shoulder and broken up. Good coverage on Tyson from Cam Smith.
Cam Smith has been playing, as tough as can be outside all day. And again, a lot of one-on-one matchups to this boundary corner.
It's got to be hard mentally as a corner facing Arizona State, right? Not to get lulled to sleep against a run-heavy team, don't you think?
Yeah, and especially when you're not always lined up against Tyson, you might fall asleep. These guys can hurt you with multiple dudes, and that's cheating. The debate from the center to the rest of the offensive line is always funny. That's everybody
illegal
with the
snap.
center.
Offense, number 69, 5-yard penalty, second down.
79, but
yeah,
Lee Fautanu would like that they were incorrect there.
So we asked Marcus Arroyo, the offensive coordinator for Arizona State, "Are you going to run the ball about 60 times tomorrow?" And he said,
as many as I can.
If they let me.
If they let me.
Then he kind of gave us a wink, meaning that if the game dictated it, they would be run heavy like they always are. Levitt sling it out to Tyson again. And this will be a 3rd down and medium after he got 10 yards.
Just a weapon there on the outside, but Taylor, the big tight end, can line up outside 6'4", 260, and stretch it vertical and open up that underneath where Jordan Tice could run the option route into the boundary. That was the same play they had on the 3rd and medium earlier, right there. Sets up 3rd and 5.
Well, this down and distance last time that Oklahoma State got off the field, it was a pass from Arizona State. It's not Scadaboo, it's Brown back there. And it is a pass again. And Levitt completes it again. It's Tyson. Whenever he's needed a big play today in the air, it's been Tyson. 1st down again, Arizona State.
Another zero blitz right here. Brought all 4 down guys, 2 linebackers, and the safety that time. And they cannot get home. Great protection up front. Kabongo was the safety who was the late unblocked player and just doesn't do enough. Tyson trying to protect himself, knowing it's man coverage. Got just a second longer than he thought right there.
Tyson had his eyes wide coming into this matchup against a struggling pass defense. And Tyson came in hot, 100-yard game against Cincinnati last time out. And Brown out of a tackle, and then he's slammed down by Wright. We reached the final minute of this 3rd quarter.
You said it, through a tackle, through 2 tackles. And Kyson Brown is certainly taking notes from Cam Scadaboo. A different type of player, a different body type, same result.
Kenny Dillingham has said we want to get the ball in his hands more. Kyson Brown. That's saying something when you got Scadaboo.
Yeah, hard to look yourself in the eye having Cam Scadaboo not the lion's share of everything, and they've done that tonight and gotten a lot of protection out of Brown.
Levitt had a little trouble with the snap. He still got it out there on target, and they're right at the marker. O'Meara used in the screen game on what'll be
the stadium. Gotta get a stop.
Oklahoma State trying to stay in the game, and Cam Scadaboo has made that hard on a lot of people in the Big 12. He's got a 1st down to start the 4th quarter for the Arizona State Sun Devils.
Just play linebacker, play safety against this push, the angle of the hips. That's it, man. I gotta get everything there. Then I get overrun. I get that weak inside shoulder. Parker Robertson does actually a great job to get him to the ground, avoiding the touchdown.
The Big 12's leader in all-purpose yards, Cam Scadaboo, has 220 today. That's more than Oklahoma State has as a team. And Scadaboo out of the backfield again. He goes over 100 yards receiving, and he's got another touchdown. 1 on the ground, 2 through the air for Cam Scadaboo. It is a 3-score lead after his 36-yard touchdown.
Just great design again. They throw the screen right into it. You see Bowley out front, 70. Both wideouts doing a great job. Stovall escorting and starting a celebration.
This guy's special, huh, Mark?
I mean, you feel like you're overstating things, and he does 3 plays in a row like this in space. Not fair.
60 years. Connor Onion, Mark Helfrich. Welcome to what has been the Cam Scattaboo show tonight. Over 100 yards rushing, over 100 yards receiving, countless high fives. He's the first Big 12 player with 100 receiving yards, 100 rushing yards in the same game since, drum roll, Ollie Gordon.
Oh, baby.
Last year.
If you're as good as Ollie Gordon at anything last year at this time, there wasn't anybody better in America. And he's done it time and time again. Rio Linda's finest.
Well, Oklahoma State has to work in a hurry, chasing 3 touchdowns, and Pearson is chased out across the 25. So what does Alan Bowman have? We talked about the roller coaster that it's been for him. This would be one of the highest of highs for him if he could bring his team back from this with 14 minutes left.
Yeah, got to speed up your operation here, down 3 touchdowns. Yeah, but certainly not out of it. We've seen a lot of strange things happen in this game. But you got to quicken up your tempo, new timing rules, etc. Get it started like that.
Quick pop to Presley. That's his first catch of the second half. Presley's 5th catch of the night, so he's 7 away from the Oklahoma State all-time receptions record. It's Gordon, and that hole is filled up quickly by Jordan Crook. And a 3rd down after Oklahoma State had already punted 3 times in a row.
Jordan Crook, they could not get to him. Nice job of eating the blocks. That counter play with 2 pullers. Oklahoma State staple. They're going to huddle here before 3rd down to try to get to the ideal call to obviously they know the importance of this drive as well.
On a 3rd down. Bowman given time and popped up over the middle, and it falls incomplete. McCullough had coverage, Welch had coverage, Rouser also in the area.
Yeah, they had a shot there, just a little bit late from Alan Bowman. He reset his feet and eyes. Watch play with him. The ball's just behind and a hair late. That's happened one too many times tonight to keep it moving against this talented secondary. Good break on the ball. That part was clean. Just a little bit late to Owens.
And basically the game right here. I know there's still a lot of time, but Arizona State dominating since the 2.5-hour lightning suspended game. And Bowman making a run for it. He's got to get 5 yards, and he got 4 yards. Alford tripped him up, just shy of extending the drive.
Massive celebration on the sideline. Great redirect from the defensive line. The secondary reacted. You thought there was enough room there. They ended up covering Ollie Gordon. And that's just a big-time play and reaction back to front from Xavion Alford.
So the Arizona State defense, second half, they forced 3 punts, and they forced a turnover on downs. So whatever they did during those 2.5 hours, do that before every game, right? Well, now the star of this game and this season for Arizona State, Cam Scattaboo, back out there at running back. They fake it to him, out to Stovall, who makes a move on the perimeter and gets around the edge with 13 yards and a first down. 100 game.
Timeout for injured player.
For Cam Scadaboo, rushing and receiving. A couple of rushing touchdowns and receiving touchdowns as well. First Sun Devil in 9 years to do that. It's DeMario Richard. An injured player for Oklahoma State.
I think it's
Johnson.
95, Jaleel Johnson in pursuit. Inside out from that defensive line position to the sideline. As you said earlier, they're very excited about his future. That's great effort. You want all that, you know, again, doing the soul searching in the off week, or not the off week, but the between the Baylor game and now for Oklahoma State. That's the kind of efforts that you can at least celebrate in this type of situation. You can build upon that.
.450 total yards for Arizona State. And about half of them from Cam Scadaboo. Who, by the way, needs 18 more rushing yards to get to 1,000 on the season. On a first down on the edge of the red zone. It's Scadaboo. Might get all 18 right here. Scadaboo thunders ahead. And he is just short. But that does get him over 1,000 yards on the season, and it's a first and goal for Arizona State.
Great counter punch here offensively. Ends up bouncing it, wadding everything up. Oklahoma State defense has tried to do that. And kabongo, the effort there, and that looks, they take a look at that, but it looked like a good spot initially.
He needed 18 yards to get 1,000. He got 19. Just missed the touchdown, too. So on the goal line, back to Brown. And he's swallowed up at the half-yard line. Sean Brown stuck him before he could break the plane. Second and goal.
Sean Brown has flashed multiple times tonight. 87. Little line stunt. Gets some help that time from the secondary, pushing it back in. You see a Zeke Bow in there battling, trying to keep him out.
Well, Arizona
Poulet's in.
Yep, they went heavy earlier and scored a touchdown. Poulet is in. There's the fullback again.
Follow the big booty.
Brown does follow him and reaches. Is he there?
You hear him say knee down, knee down, knee down. The officials on the field don't think so.
So, third down and goal. After his first and goal from the 1.
Looked like he had some air to the front side, not totally.
The previous play of the runner being short of the end zone is under review.
Not totally behind Poulet, but apparently close enough for an additional look. You can see Kyson Brown. Maybe was a ball reach. Certainly can't see anything from that angle. It's one of those ones where they're gonna have to put multiple looks together. Do not want to reach that ball in this situation, not fourth down. And that ball actually comes loose, and that's why you don't. Very lucky right there that wasn't an Oklahoma State player. And that might be a situation where he fumbled it into the end zone, regained it. That could be a touchdown.
Just not the way they
by
thought.
accident, yes.
Right.
Anytime we reach the ball, game-ending situation, fourth down situation. Brennan Presley had that earlier. It was a great example.
If it is a touchdown, it would be Brown's second rushing touchdown of the day. Gone to him in goal line spots. It was close with Daniels on his back hip trying to keep him out.
Yeah, Kendall Daniels, the ball definitely comes out, then he's on that looks like an offensive lineman's foot there as well. Mr. Pereira on the late night, what you got?
On the late night, it's interesting with the ball coming loose. Now, if he's down, the knee goes down, but the ball is loose at that point, then he's not down. And then when the ball breaks the plane, he controls it.
After review, the ruler on the field stands. Third down.
And there's just, I guess, not enough to where you could see where the body was down. No shot directly down the line. Kind of one of those that are so hard to see, period.
Yep. Agree.
You and Mike are back on the same page after you're on other sides of the targeting call earlier.
I'm going to take that, take that. That'll live with me for a long time that I was quote unquote correct. Mike knows everything.
With the call standing, it's 3rd down and goal for Arizona State. Right back to Brown, and this time there's no doubt. He's in for his 2nd touchdown of the day, Kyson Brown.
Kyson Brown 2 gets bounced to Jeff Robertson. 22 just becomes a one-on-one goal line drill right here. You saw Kenny Dillingham challenge his entire unit on the sideline to finish. We're going to run the ball. Kyson Brown says, "Thank you very much, coach."
2 backs with a combined 5 touchdowns today. Kyson Brown 2 on the ground. Cam Scatterbo 2 on the ground and 1 on the ground and 2 through the air for Scatterbo. All that adds up to 5 touchdowns. The backs are having a good day. Yes. All to say for Arizona State. Scatterbo got him down there, over 1,000 yards on the season. Then Brown plunges in, 42-14.
Amazon early holiday deals are here. Woo! Woo! With everything you need to kick off the season. Woo! Shop Amazon early holiday deals now.
Are you ready?
Let game day begin!
Grab a Pepsi and make your game day epic.
I'm a steel worker. I grew up right here on a little family farm. Trump was here campaigning with Elon Musk. Now there's a prime example of who he keeps close. Donald Trump cares about his billionaire friends. He's just going to turn around and give them more tax breaks. But Kamala Harris is fighting for the working class. She'll make billionaires pay their fair share. That way working people get a fair shot. Elon Musk is voting for his money, and I'm voting for mine. And I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
What are you doing?
Chores, roomie. As a veteran, you earned USAA membership for your family.
For you? No.
So close.
USAA, are you eligible?
What's up, family? So glad to have you inside the facility. Everybody up here has played the game. We lived it. We know it. Let's get it popping, baby. That's the real. This is the facility.
Cowboys, Falcons.
Wow!
Then in America's Game of the Week, Jared Goff leads the Lions against Jordan Love and the Packers. It's a huge doubleheader, Sunday on Fox, home of Super Bowl 59.
A homecoming, they call it America's greatest homecoming at Oklahoma State. And can you imagine this place?
Impressive, man.
During a season that had gone better than the lead up to this homecoming, it is nuts.
Garth Brooks shows up.
Garth Brooks shows up.
They show up.
They show up.
Yeah, it hasn't been the best of times. This homecoming, a lot of great memories and a lot better days ahead.
Since a 2.5-hour weather delay out of halftime It has been all Sun Devils, 21-0 since that point. And Pearson on the return, out to the 24. And remember, this second half started well for Oklahoma State. They had a kickoff return touchdown that was called back, but then this has happened. Oklahoma State has punted, turned it over on downs, and Arizona State has cashed all 3 of those in for touchdowns. We stepped into Mike Gundy's office yesterday, and he said it. Casey Dunn said it, the offensive coordinator. We don't usually meet like this. Usually it's happier times when we're getting together to have a pregame talk.
Yeah, and usually this segment of the season, kind of the rallying cry happens in week 3. They've had some rough week 2s, week 3s, but that's why everybody's so shocked at the consistency of Mike Gundy. This never happens, and it's been tough. It has been tough.
Bowman has that knocked away. LT Welch has made several plays in the ball in this second half for Arizona State.
And that's a perfect example right there of close. There's so many plays like that where if you're Alan Bowman, you're holding on to, man, I have to throw the perfect throw, make the I'm late. Just cut it loose. Trust Rashad Owens, trust whoever the receiver is, trust the protection. Easier said than done sometimes.
So facing another third down. Haven't converted in the second half. Vailaki is short again. They went for it last time. Looks like they're going to send the punting unit on this time. There's Welch, who's
timeout from Alpha, injured player.
Had a good second half in pass defense, hopping right back up for the Sun Devils.
Hopefully just like a win situation. He immediately hopped up and got off when he realized they were stopping it for him.
So Hudson Cock out to punt. And that bounds out of bounds. That looked like Cam Scadaboo's pregame punt. The running back.
How good was that? Yeah. He literally could do it all.
He pinned one inside the 1 in pregame warmups, and then he's come out gone for over 250 yards today.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Feast your eyes on this.
Oh, that's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Well, can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not going to beg, but pretty please.
Or they don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
What makes America great? When we're down, we rise. We fix the broken. We heal the hurt. We rescue the lost. There's no challenge too big for the American spirit. Today, our border, our economy, and our safety are crumbling. After 4 years, Kamala Harris made us less secure, releasing millions of illegal immigrants into our towns. We're less safe, violent crime is rising, and we're less stable, paying more and getting further behind. Kamala Harris broke it, but President Trump will fix it. Together, we'll end the high cost, crime, and chaos.
We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in, we will never give up, we will never back down, and we will never, ever surrender.
This is our time, and this is our leader. He will fix it. President Donald J. Trump. Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At Domino's, we're all about cheesy. From our melty oven-baked pastas to our new 5-cheese mac and cheese. Domino's Rewards members can try our new mac and cheese for half off points.
I'll show you the ropes, kid. Show you the ropes. There it is. I'll show you the ropes.
All the parts you need, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
The moment is here.
And now, America votes.
Democracy 24.
Your freedom, your vote.
Cam Scadaboo, you know you're big time when people in your home area start dressing as Halloween as you. Some of it is a play on his last name being Scadaboo, but also because he's just an absolute stud. Going over 1,000 yards on the season today, 3 total touchdowns. Sparky loves him too.
Sparky.
So it's been all Sun Devils since halftime. And they've got the ball with about 9 minutes left. So he fits this list. Spooky names around Halloween. Cam Scadaboo, and they call him Ghost. Miles Rouser for Arizona State. How about Juju Fears making the list?
Oh, I love it.
You got big brands all around.
Big Spells.
We had Jacoby Spells a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Morgantown.
Scarebrook. That's legendary.
Could put, if we're going old school names, you could go Frank Gore. Put Frank Gore on the list. Running back. I think the star running back in this game is...
Yeah, put him on ice.
Yeah. Cam Scadaboo forced 10 missed tackles. Almost 100 yards alone with the yards after contact. And the thing that Oklahoma State feared the most, their struggles tackling versus a guy who is an absolute demon to bring down.
Yeah, I mean,
it played out today.
Yeah, it has been a nightmare facing him, and again, in some ways they've played hard. They have played hard defensively, and as a team they've played better in that, category. But you're comparing that to the disastrous effort. 258 total yards after.
Without Scadaboo out there, Arizona State will have to punt it. DeCarlos Brooks came up 2 yards shy. No, we started talking about it coming out of the delay. Iowa State took their first loss. Kansas State took their second loss. So the top in that battle for the second spot in the conference title game is becoming even more and more interesting. BYU still undefeated on a week. This breaks. Big special teams play for Pearson, and this time no flags down. Turns it out across midfield midway through this fourth quarter. Our Pacific Life game summary is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. Sun Devils scored on the opening drive and have not been stopped much since.
Yeah, this was that fourth down play design, great pick route to Scadaboo, and then doing it the hard way on the ground with Scadaboo, then Kyson Brown 2 times. And then a little swing screen, great blocking by the front. Bowley is the leader. There's Brown second. And that puts Scadaboo on the bench and all smiles.
And for the first time, we see Maui Smith at quarterback for Oklahoma State, the true freshman, and Trent Howland with some physical running for a first down.
Life, yes. Huge life that time from Howland. Big physical back.
The Indiana transfer.
Yeah, he walked by him in pregame. Every bit of 6'3", 240.
And Smith throws for the first time, and his first college completion goes for a first down.
I thought it was going to be you first, but Shoto Mike King with a great adjustment to that throw to the back hip.
Smith getting a chance at quarterback because Garrett Rangel was injured. So Alan Bowman went back to the #1 spot. That elevates Smith to the #2 quarterback spot. And playing for the first time. It's Holland again, bruising ahead. Milwaukee Smith, he comes from, ooh, we got a little shoving. And Glass, the former Sun Devil.
Yeah, both sides were looking forward to this tussle, but certainly the Sun Devils got the best of that matchup, and they were defensive guys were just a little excited that Clayton Smith ended up with the ball.
Smith ahead with a first down. Smith with something to say about it, backing up his guy after Smith was the one tangled up with the former Sun Devil Glass at left tackle. But Smith comes from the same high school as our coworker, Tom Brady. J. Sarah High School in Northern California. How about the history there? Brady went there, Barry Bonds went there. Goes to the end zone and incomplete.
Great experience
for that first touchdown.
Yeah, great experience for these guys to get to, situationally under 5 minutes. Just let them play. Go out there and execute the offense, compete, make good mistakes, put stuff on film, compete.
The last time that Maui Smith played on national TV was his junior year at J. Sarah. They were playing De La Salle High School in NorCal. As Holland is twisted out of bounds. Won on a game-winning field goal that night against a school that they made movies about because of their 151-game winning streak. And Maui Smith put an end to that. It wasn't the 150-game winning streak, but put an end to what the time was an undefeated season.
Yep.
For De La Salle.
Yeah, 2 legendary programs, no doubt about that. Sun Devils substituting as slowly as they can.
Well, payback,
Trying to
right?
get some payback.
Vailahi, it opens up in front, and he weaves in for a touchdown. Sesi Vailahi with his second score of the season for Oklahoma State.
Nice execution. Watch both linebackers show it and bluff out. Vailahi says, I'll cut right there. And then a great left turn, then a right turn, splitting inside of Alford for the touchdown. Great effort from Vailahi.
Oklahoma State fans chanting, "We want Georgia." Well, Friday night on Fox. In the Rose Bowl, it's Iowa at UCLA. UCLA with a win against Nebraska in Lincoln today. UCLA beat Rutgers a few weeks ago for their first Big Ten win, and now another one up on the board. That's all Friday night on Fox. 9 Eastern Time, 6 Pacific. So Oklahoma State not looking like it's going to be the end of that 5-game losing streak. Looks like it's headed to 6. Something to feel good about there on that drive with the backups in.
Just so hard to believe in the Mike Gundy era how consistent. And now they're looking down the barrel of at TCU, Texas Tech at home, at Colorado. We'll see what they elect to do here as Arizona State has their hands team out here.
Logan Ward out to try what well, at least what Arizona State thinks is an onside kick. But he'll kick it deep. And Smith is right on top of it. So Arizona State is headed to 6-2, which means they're bowl eligible, doubling their win total from last year. But even more impressively than that, in year 2 with Kenny Dillingham, they're very much alive for a trip to the Big 12 title game. Every year except one, since 2017, there has been a 2-loss team in the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah, this is a great graphic and so representative of what can happen and what is happening. Something's got to give today. Multiple undefeateds went down. Just handle your business and look up at the end and see what happens.
But now for Arizona State, there are a lot of 1- and 2-loss teams that are right in that same ballpark. But with what they've got ahead, got UCF, Kansas State, BYU, and Arizona. So you've got a month ahead where if you win out, history says that you've got a shot to get there, which of course means really, really far off that you go to the college football playoff.
Absolutely.
You win those games, you win the Big 12 title game you're in.
I mean, you just showed it. That was a great graphic representation. It's happened multiple times, and now everybody's got a shot.
Brown is nudged out. I mean, you think about some of the dark horse teams in college football over the past couple of years. Mizzou comes to mind last year, picked low in the SEC, go to the Cotton Bowl. TCU 2 years ago. Somebody down on the sideline. You know, Mire comes out of there.
Brown, as he's fighting for yardage, gets hit very clean from Justin Wright, and the chain crew took down a couple of those sideline people. Throw the chains.
I think the chain snapped. The stick snapped. The 3rd down and 2 with Levitt still out there at quarterback for Arizona State. And it's Brown again. And that extra effort got him close. The mark is right at the 31. Kenneth Harris stuck him. And they'll give it to him, 1st down.
Yep, you said it perfectly. Just the nose was over the line to gain the 31-yard line. And he got the spot.
We'll have to get another snap off before the 2-minute timeout. Play clock. There's a 3-second difference.
Kenny Dillingham will keep them in the huddle and milk this one away. On the other side of the 2-minute timeout. Or will he? He calls timeout.
Timeout. Arizona State. Their second of the half. 30 seconds.
He's not letting that slide. Kenny Dillingham is not. These are, we did a top 5 this week. Halloween time. Any debate on my top 5 here? When Reese's number 1. Crushed a bunch of those at the hotel the other night. Skittles, Twix, Sour Patch Kids, Crunch Bar. Anything you'd kick out of there?
Oh, sure.
Well, you'd put candy corn in there. I know that.
Absolutely, I would. Candy corn, for sure. Charleston Chew, always number 1, forever. Tootsie Pop, magical. The small Reese's, so the small, I'm not as greedy as you with the cups. I just get the little ones. And then anything that's king size, this is key for the trade value. You get, yeah, Snickers. What, Snickers? What are you saying? Oh, Mike Rodolfi's saying he wants Snickers number 1. No, that's, no.
Brown out to the edge. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. I think you like candy from the first ever homecoming here at Oklahoma State. Charleston Chew and candy corn.
I was here for that.
I know there's an age gap between us, but whoa.
Why am I so hungry?
Because you're watching football. The whole game is basically an elaborate scheme to make you buy more food.
What are you talking about?
Dude, think about it. Turnovers, pancake blocks. Oh, I just scored. Feed me more. Refrigerator Perry was not his real name.
I don't think football's trying to sell you food.
Oh, really? And what are you eating, Jerry?
Rice.
Jerry's eating rice. Huh.
Game day deals, only on Uber Eats.
One man believes in no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and now, no tax on overtime.
The people who work overtime are among the hardest working citizens in our country. And for too long, no one in Washington has been looking out for them.
And one man will refuse to fall. So America and its workers can continue to stand great again.
Right for America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hey, sweaty. Sweetie, you good?
Someone stole my Old Spice antiperspirant. Now I'm smelling like perspirant.
I did. Force 24/7 sweat protection.
You did this to my pits.
Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year membership. For the deals you desire, join Walmart Plus today and shop Walmart Black Friday deals first.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And with no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. What's in your wallet?
Fox College Football is sponsored by Uber Eats. Get game day deals all season long.
We get some barbecue later from the little Uber Eats here in Stillwater.
We did try last night.
Yeah, tried.
Some late night Uber Eats.
We were working late last night.
Barbecue before 9 p.m. That's the rule in Stillwater. We're a little late getting back from Edmond. Arizona State trying to ice it. Brown surges ahead, first down, carries a couple Cowboys with him to midfield.
Kyson Brown has shown again why they're so excited about the Texan. Just has a great feel for it. Get a totally different style runner than Scadaboo, but do your thing.
Brown's almost doubled his yardage on the year today. Scadaboo without pads, done for the day after 153 yards, 3 total touchdowns. And that first down should be enough to run out the clock if you're Arizona State. They'll snap it and hand it off again. Instead of putting a knee on it.
Good job staying in bounds.
Brown does stay in bounds. So Arizona State goes over 500 total yards on the day. That's the 5th time that this has happened this year against Mike Gundy's defense. That's the most since Mike Gundy has been the head coach, going back to 2005.
That's a Halloween scary one.
But Kenny Dillingham in year 2, they're going bowling. They know that, but even more important, they're playing some meaningful games as far as the conference championship as we move along in November.
Yep, and you've shown it. Just handle your business. Look up at the end of all this. There's going to be chaos. Battles of the undefeateds. 2 more down. Just handle your business. We play that territorial cup for a big time. Potentially everything at the end of it.
Dominant second half after a more than 2.5-hour wait. The game was suspended. Arizona State cruises against Oklahoma State. We'll take a break, wrap it up after this from Stillwater. The Sun Devils are going bowling. They're 3-2 in the Big 12.